Angela, and today we're gonna read Wayside School is Falling Down, and then start reading at chapter 4, homework, and then reading at the chapter 5 story. And now, all ready for read this one book with a lot of stories? Now here we go. And first we can read Wayside School is Falling Down, starting at chapter 4, homework. Mrs. Jules was teaching the class about fractions and decimals. She explained that 5 was same as 1 and 2. Mac raised his hand. Mrs. Jules had pretended not to see him. Ooh, ooh, Mac groaned as he scratched his hand so high that it hurt. Mrs. Jules pretended not to hear him. Jenny raised her hand. Yes, Jenny, said Mrs. Jules, glad to call on anyone besides Mac. Mac has his hands raised, said Jenny. Thank you, Jenny, muttered Mrs. Jules. Yes, Mac, what is it? I couldn't find one of my socks this morning, said Mac. Man, I looked everywhere, in my closet, in my bedroom, in my kitchen. But I just couldn't find it. I asked my mother, but she hasn't seen it either. That's very interesting, Mac, Mrs. Jules said patiently, but what does have to do with decimals? Because, said Mac, I only would find a half of my socks. Oh, right, said Mrs. Jules. Does everybody else have questions about decimals? Yes, John. Did you look under the bed? Said John. That was one of the first place I looked, said Mac, but it wasn't there. Did you check the dirty clothes? Said Ron. Maybe it never washed. I checked, said Mac. Do you have dogs? Said Bibi. Maybe your dog took it. No, my dog doesn't wear socks, said Mac. Why didn't you just put on the different socks? Said Allison. Even if it don't match. I thought about that, said Mac. See, but then if I wore socks that didn't match, I'd be left with only one sock of that socks didn't match. I'd be left with only one sock of that color for tomorrow. And then if I wore a socks, I'd have to wear socks that didn't match with it. And so on for the rest of my life. I would never wear matching socks again. Well, be that as may, said Mrs. Jules. We really need to get back to the decimals. Yes, Dappin? Once I had both my socks on, said Dappin, but I wasn't wearing my shoes. My mom does have walks the floor too. I slide all around on it like I was skating. It was a lot of fun up until I fell against the kitchen table and broke 2 dishes. Then I got in trouble. What is that going to do with my sock? Mac said impatiently. Stappen shrugged. Did you ever find your other socks at Liesel? Yeah, said Mac, but you'll never guess where. In the refrigerator, he held out the arms with the beerman. How did it get there? No one knew. See, here it is, said Mac. He climbed at the top of the desk so everyone could see his feet. He pointed to the left foot and said, This is the socks I have from the beginning. He pointed to the right foot and said, This is the socks I couldn't find. His socks are red gold lightning bolts with inside. Oh, hot socks, said Miricia. No, the cold after being the refrigerator, said Mac, still standing at the top of the desk. I have made it up the song too while I was looking for it. You want to hear it? He sang. I got a socks, looking for another one socks, looking for his brother when I found that socks. I'll tell you what I do. I'll put it on my foot and I'll stick it in my shoe. The bell rang for recess. since we didn't finish the arithmetic lesson, said Mrs. Jules. You have to do it rest for it homework. The kids have groaned as they headed outside. After recess was science. Mrs. Jules were teaching the class about dinosaurs. She told the class there was two types of dinosaurs. Those are that ate meat. Those are they ate only vegetables. You mean like broccoli, said Blondie. I don't think they had broccoli back then, said Mrs. Jules. Just as there were the different kind of animals back then, there were also different kind of vegetables. Mac had raised his head. Mrs. Jules had pretended not to see him. Ooh, ooh, Mac groaned. He looked like he's going to explode. Mrs. Jules pretended not to hear him. She called on Myron. Mac has his hand raised, and Myron. Thank you, Myron, muttered Mrs. Jules. Yes, Mac? My uncle grew the biggest watermelon you have ever seen in your whole life. Man, it was huge. It was so heavy I couldn't even lift it. Mac, what does this have to do with dinosaurs? Said Mrs. Jules. Because there must have been a kind of watermelon that dinosaurs had said Mac. Did you eat it? Asked DJ. Not all of it. Mac shaking his head. Phew, it was too big for me. And I love watermelon. What did it taste like, said Mauricia. Delicious, said Mac, but a lot of seed. You shouldn't eat the seeds. Otherwise, the watermelon might grow inside your stomach. I once heard about the lady who was so fat that everyone thought she was going to have a baby. But she didn't have a baby. She had a watermelon. Was it a boy or girl? Said Joy. Everyone laughed. Mrs. Jules never finished her lesson about the dinosaurs, so she had an action for her homework. After school, Mac had walked home with his girlfriend Nancy. Nancy was in class on the 23rd floor of Wayside. Mac had carried his arithmetic book, his science book, his reading book, and his language book, and his spelling book. Nancy didn't have any books. I'll carry books for you, Mac, she offered. Mac gave Nancy his books. Don't you have any homework? He said. She shook her head. Man, it's unfair, said Mac. Mrs. Jules has shown some more homework than any other teacher in Wayside School. Now is the next chapter, chapter 5, another story about socks. But Mrs. Jules gave them a homework because they didn't do any dinosaur or arithmetical class. So because of Max chatting, so everybody is just remembering about the very big watermelon and Max refrigerator socks. So let's see what happened to the Mrs. Jules and the Wayside School with a lot of characters. Now, did you have fun? Yell's English Country, we come back with some days but not this story because it might be a new chapter to read. Now, please don't send my YouTube in. Bye-bye, everyone!